Alright, so I got enough tritium there. Pretty good with that. There we go. Recharge. And that was quite nice. So I decided to descend into this planet, and I don't know why. Descending. This is a toxic planet. I'm not sure what needed to be there, but it's a good idea that I went down there before they started attacking my ship. Because they found something on there. They're about to find that. Yeah, there we go. They want to steal my valuable cargo. Of course. So usually what happens is they come down, they shoot at the ship. Even when you're landing and you're running around, they're still shooting at the ship. Fossil. Why? There's usually a third one, but I mean, I couldn't find it, so I was like, whatever.
Toxic protection falling.
So I just go to the main one. Because I've already been on this planet, there wasn't much to see, so I did get most things. But if you're looking for like ammonia and all that, it's on this planet. And copper is on this planet. I don't know what happened there, but this happened. I don't know if this is a toxic eruption or what that was. But I was really intrigued into realizing what is that, because when it clears, there's absolutely nothing there. I'm like, what just happened? Literally what happened? I don't know. It's hazardousness. So yeah, making my way to the space station and to looking about getting something for, I forget actually. I forgot why I headed to the space station, but we'll find out. Okay, I came here because I wanted to sell a bunch of things. I think it's those encrypted drives that I don't really need. And they're not even selling it. They're not going for real much of anything. Well, that's why I didn't sell the cobalt, because I could get 160 something units for it. That's why. Now I remember. Important thing in No Man's Sky is just realizing what system you're in. So while in that system, you're able to make the right decisions as to what that economy is doing. If it's good value, if you sell, you're getting enough units for what you're selling, or are they selling for too high themselves? So then when you buy, it's a bit too much. So I was trying to figure out if I can find a way. I'm close to the center of the galaxy. If I could find a way to make a base on the outskirts of the galaxy, where things are like not as much as like numerous as closer to the center, then I could sell it for more out there. But I've had a hard time finding my way back to like the outskirts of the galaxy. So I think once I'm done with this galaxy, because I heard there's many other galaxies, once I'm done with this one, I should be on the outskirts of one galaxy and make a base there. And as I make my way to the center again, as things get more and more better, I can sell it in that outskirt galaxy, if you know what I mean. In the systems out there. The systems out there in the outskirts of the galaxy. Rather than the systems that are close to the center. Closer to the center. So I was just playing around with, you know, finding new things to put on my ship since you could do that. But I didn't want to click on assemble because I wasn't sure what it's going to really do. So I was just playing around. Should I? Shouldn't I? Should I? Shouldn't I? So I was like, forget it. I didn't know what to assemble. I saw all these meters moving over there. I was like, nah. And this is if you want to kind of dismantle your entire ship. I might do this with one of the ships I don't really care too much about. Because I think I have about, 5 ships, I think. These ships are expensive. But when you do expeditions and things, so there's a lot of good players out there that leave behind resources or leave behind these factories that produce real expensive materials and resources and stuff. So you gather that. That's why I have so much oxygen. There's one expedition I did, and they just made all this oxygen factory or whatever. So sometimes it's really good most of the time to play expeditions. Because players, when they make bases, they leave a ton of stuff. This is just me dancing around, looking for something to do, which I don't remember what I was doing. I was looking for something having to do with the navigation system. It says sell this at this navigation somewhere, and I'm trying to find it and I can't find it. You know what would be good in No Man's Sky is if you see this player here, you can like pick a fight with him, and you kind of fight with your fist. But I don't think they have those game mechanics in the game. Like you can have like a fun kind of fist fight or something with these things. I think that would be cool, like just right there in the middle of nowhere. Or they can make it like an RPG type where you take different turns and stuff like that. I think that would be cool. But that's a whole nother game kind of system mechanic within the game system itself. They can do it. But I don't know if the larger player base would really care for that. I would. I'd also care for some sort of first-person shooter element, or even, like, there is some third-person shooter element, but like some duck and cover element, where you do get attacked by other alien species on the planet, and they have like a duck and cover system, and they're really coming at you and stuff like that. I think that would be really cool. But you got to change some animations. You got to get duck and cover system and change some animations and things like that. But if anyone can do it, it's Hello Games. They can do it. They can do it. Like, they have a lot of races in the game. I don't know if it's difficult to make a lot more races. I don't know, but I mean, having that would be cool. So I kind of teleported out here, and I found that this is where you that sailing ship, you can customize it. I think it's called that sailing ship, some pirate ship. Let me see, what's it called? Your Corvette workshop. Yeah. So I ain't got one of those. Not yet, anyways. And during my gameplay, I didn't go to that, I forget what it's called, the orb. I didn't go there, so couldn't get to do any community events. You know, God's creation, when you think about it, the universe, the space, and everything, is vast. It's massive. It's humongous. And I sometimes think about what some of the men and women did in the Bible without fear, like stopping the sun or stopping the earth. That it didn't rain, stopping the rain. You know, all these amazing things. Even Jesus himself, great things like feeding so many people that were following him, feeding them from loaves of bread and some fish. It was 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, you know, and that was it. So these amazing things. So when I think about it, how amazing God is to create entire, first of all, a planet, a solar system. It has a sun, this planet, and other planets have other moons, but we're all going around the same sun. But at the same time, there's many others, like other planets in the similar, you know, state with other planets with them as well, surrounding and orbiting suns, other suns. Now, that's crazy, you know. So there's many other suns, obviously, in the Milky Way galaxy, all over the, like many other stars that have planets orbiting them, as we know. And there's many other galaxies. We have the Milky Way galaxy. Another one that's close, it's a big one, is Andromeda galaxy, which also has many, probably trillions of suns with planets orbiting them. Now, when you think about that, you think about God. God created all that, and He did a good job. So when I think about all the great things people did in the Bible, the biblical times, He didn't make small dreams for small people. You know? He made this thing really big. And if you have a dream and you put it into God's hands, that's the best place to put it. God's a creator. And you as a creative, and you have God on your side, there's no limit to the amazing things you could do to glorify God in your creativity. And even when you feel small and tiny in the universe, God still knows who you are. As you know, the universe is massive. God still knows your name. Faith is like exploring space. Like, you move forward not knowing what's next, but trusting the one who charted the stars. You know what I'm saying? So here, I think what I was doing is, I don't know. I was looking to make hyper or warp cell. That's what it is. So I could go to another system. And let me tell you, once I did that, you'll see. You'll see what I encountered in the next system.
Technology recharge.
Now this itself is awesome. I was trying to get the video of me flying through the stars. They used to have that. They might still have it again, but for some reason I wasn't able to get the function to work properly. But I think all those other places are places I've been to, since they're all close by. They might not be, you know. There might be other players. I don't know. But the game is very, very complicated. If you tell me to make this, I'll be like, okay. Start with a piece of paper and a pencil, and I'll just draw it for you. So this is a water planet. And this is another water planet. Or water system. Is that what that means? It's 68 light years away from where I am. So that's the path to the Atlas station. And that's another path to the black hole. Now it's fun just looking at this map itself, because it's like really nice to see. Like you're just floating through space and you're just looking at all these suns, these stars. Kind of like ours. There's planets around them. But yeah, to you to get, like, see those red suns? For you to get to one and then get to the other, it takes a very, very inordinate amount of time. Let alone going from that one, all the way to, like, you know, this one. It takes too long, bro. There must be a better way. Every planet and sun feels different from the next, and that is true. Kind of how God made us unique. Just like that as well. That everyone is not the same person. We're all different, and we all have something very special to contribute to the world. Boom, let's go to the next system. Now, we're going to end up in the middle of a battle, and because I haven't battled in a long time, and this is the first time I've seen this fighter ship, and I've never fought it before, I've only read about it, I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to let that play out. You're going to see I'm struggling to kind of keep my shields intact, and you're going to see what happens to the civilian ship, and to the point where finally, I just land. This was crazy. Please enjoy.
Enemy missile inbound.